Hi,
Hello.
I'm Katrina Balfe.
And I'm Sam Hewitt.
And we're here with Vanity Fair to give you a recap of season 2 of Outlander. Outlander begins with husband and wife,
Claire.
Frank and Claire. The less evil.
Different show. Claire is a World War II combat nurse who, on a holiday with her husband in Scotland, stumbles upon some magical stones called
Craig Nadoon.
that transport her back to
1743, where she ultimately meets and marries
Claire
Rebecca.
gets to know many of the Mackenzie clan.
And then they also run into the sadistic Captain Blackjack Randall, an English commander.
In season 1, Blackjack tortures Jamie.
Still getting over it. The season ends with Claire and Jamie and Myrta escaping Blackjack and thinking he's dead and leaving Scotland for France.
Oh, oui, oui. Oh, but
Oui,
Claire tells Jamie she's pregnant with his baby.
Season 2
Yes.
picks up with Claire waking up in the centre of the stones at Craig Nadoon, having returned to 1948.
She asks a stranger.
Who won the Battle of Culloden?
She is dismayed to hear that actually the British won.
She's brought to a hospital and is reunited with Frank, and she tells him her whole story.
Oh, God, yes.
That
It's very
she's pregnant with Jamie's child, and Frank says that he'll raise the child as his own as long as she gives up her search for any information about Jamie. Claire agrees, and then they move to Boston.
Now we do a flashback to season 1 with Claire and Jamie
And Myrta. Myrta arriving in France.
Oui.
And they're planning to stop the Jacobite uprising against the British that Claire knows ultimately decimates the Scottish Highlanders clans.
We meet a bunch of new characters in France. Claire also meets Duke's secretary. Now this thing's getting very interesting. Alex Randall, brother, wait for it, of Blackjack Randall.
Who reveals to her that, spoiler alert,
Spoilers, Randall's alive!
Claire keeps this from Jamie. Claire recalls that Mary Hawkins is also an ancestor of her husband Frank's, as she is supposed to marry Blackjack Randall.
Okay. This means that Blackjack needs to live at least another year so that Frank can actually be born in the future.
Claire knows that Jamie will immediately set out to kill Blackjack if he knows that he's alive, so she decides to keep it from him. Jamie hires a young pickpocket he calls Fergus to steal Charles Stuart's mail. He learns that the Duke of Sandringham is, spoiler alert, actually playing both sides, pretending to be loyal to the English but raising money for the Jacobite rebellion at the same time.
Jamie and Claire, now they figure out that if they cut off Charles's funding, the rebellion can never happen. They make a plan to have a dinner party and embarrass Charles Stuart in front of his investors, so they will decide not to fund him.
But on their way home, the night of the party, Claire and Mary are attacked by bandits and assassins to you. And they're almost killed. Mary is tragically raped. Eventually, Claire makes it to the dinner party. Charles' investors back out after the party breaks out in a fist fight. Jamie learns Charles has a new source of funding for his rebellion.
Oh, goddamn.
The Comte Saint-Germain. He's invested in some Portuguese wine, and the profit he makes from selling it will go towards rebellion.
So, Jamie and Claire now have Myrta. He
Oh, no.
steals the wine, he doesn't drink it, and thus the money for Charles's rebellion.
Claire decides to break the news to Jamie that Blackjack is still alive, and she is surprised when he's thrilled. He gets to have his revenge and watch Blackjack die now.
Okay, so in Versailles, Jamie and Claire encounter Blackjack, who is in France to help his ailing brother, Alex.
Jamie challenges him to a duel, which is illegal in France. Blackjack accepts, but Claire begs Jamie to wait for 1 year before killing him so that Frank can eventually be born. But one day, Claire returns home to find that he's broken his promise.
Yes, and they're already fighting, and
Jamie wins the duel, and the authorities arrive immediately to arrest Jamie.
at the same time, Claire is rushed to the hospital.
Spoiler alert, she does lose the baby.
And when she returns home, she finds out why Jamie went against his word. Blackjack has also raped the boy Fergus.
Claire meets with King Louis to get Jamie released, and the king asks her for a favour. Having heard the rumour that she is La Dame Blanche and can see into the hearts of men, he asks her to judge 2 men accused of sorcery, Comte Saint-Germain and Master Raymond.
Oh. Claire saves Raymond and kills the Comte Saint-Germain.
Technically, she doesn't. Master Raymond does, but that's okay.
And now it gets really intense. Claire
then has to sleep with the king for payment for Jamie's release and is pardoned from England so that he can finally return to Scotland.
But upon returning, they sadly learn that they failed to squash the rebellion. Charles Stuart has just landed there with his whole army.
And if they can't avoid the battle, Jamie wants to try and change the future and win it. He goes to his grandfather, Lord Lovat, to enlist men for the Jacobite forces. Charles Stuart, Jamie, and the Jacobites get a big win against the British in the Battle of Prestonpans.
That's right, and then they sneak through a marsh, and it's a surprise attack, and they get them at night time. Angus dies due to some sort of internal bleeding.
However, this is a huge win for the Jacobites because Claire knows from history that they were supposed to lose this battle.
Jamie and the Jacobites continue to win at Carlisle, Manchester, until they are just 5 days from London.
Jamie wants to use the momentum to attack London, but the other Jacobite leaders disagree and send him, Claire, and his Highlanders away.
On the road, though, they are cornered by some nasty redcoats. Claire pretends to be Jamie, so the redcoats will let them go.
Claire is taken away, held in the home of Duke of
Wait for
Sandringham.
it. Yes, the same guy.
Mary Hawkins is also there, as the Duke is her godfather and has arranged for her to wed another old geezer merchant. Claire discovers it was actually, spoiler alert, the Duke's men that attacked her and Mary on the road in France the night before the dinner party.
Jamie and Myrta arrive to save Claire, and in a skirmish, as another spoiler, Mary kills her rapist. Myrta then chops the Duke of Sandringham's head right off. There's blood everywhere.
With an axe. Free again from the arranged marriage, Mary unites with Alex, Randall, her true love, but he's sadly dying. Mary is also pregnant with Alex's baby, Black Jack Randall.
He now arrives to see his dying brother. He and Claire make a deal. She will help ease Alex's pain in exchange for information on the British forces. It's very clever.
Alex's last wishes are that Mary and Black Jack be wed, which ensures Claire's future husband, Frank, will exist.
Over the next 5 months, Charles and the Jacobite rebellion, they lose repeatedly, retreating back into Scotland.
The historic Battle of Culloden is now just 3 days away.
Desperate to stop it and save thousands of lives, Claire and Jamie discuss poisoning Charles.
But Dougal overhears. Believing that they are traitors and he is jealous of Jamie, he attacks his nephew.
It's a really good fight.
Claire intervenes and she and Jamie push a dirk through Dougal's chest, killing him.
They didn't like that. Oh no, oh god. Now nothing can be stopped. Jamie takes Claire back to the stones at Cragnadun to go back to the 20th century.
She protests, but he says he knows that she's pregnant again and he wants her and his unborn baby to be safe.
They have sex one last time.
Claire travels back to the stones, and just as the battle begins,
we flash forward to 1968, where Claire is a surgeon, and Claire and Jamie's daughter, Brianna, is fully grown.
Claire takes Brianna back to Scotland to tell her the truth about travelling through time and her life with Jamie, but Brianna doesn't believe her. Why would she?
Then they meet Roger Wakefield.
Claire also sees a familiar face, Galis herself, who's revealed to be a time traveller.
Galis?
Like Claire in season 1, and who ultimately was executed for being a witch.
Witch, burn, I'm a witch.
Claire, Brianna and Roger witness Galis travelling back in time through the stones. Claire also learns that, spoiler alert, Jamie didn't die in the Battle of Culloden.
What?
No. So she can go back again and find him.
She could go back.
She can go back.
She's gonna go back!
To season 3.